Fat Kid Rules the World by K.L. Going is a novel about a morbidly obese teenager's search for personal identity. The story is written in first person and presents an unusually honest look at the struggles of young people who deal with issues of death, abuse, and addiction. The style of the narration is blunt and manages to be upbeat without crossing the line into being candy-coated or patronizing. It also includes a cast of morally ambiguous but likable characters who are interesting and relatable. Like the main character Troy, a morbidly obese teenager who always feels that people are watching him and making jokes about his weight. And Kurt, the eccentric guitarist who takes Troy under his wing and attempts to make him cool by teaching him how to play drums and making him a part of his band. Kurt is a foil for the main character and seems to be his polar opposite in nearly every way. Whereas Troy is fat, self-conscious, and socially awkward, yet has the love and support of a stable family, Kurt is skinny, charismatic, and popular, yet has been kicked out of his house by his mother's boyfriend and has been living on the streets. This is an excellent book for younger students because it is well written without being arduous. It is a short novel which will not frustrate an audience of inexperienced readers. It is also a story with the kind of themes that this age group is likely to relate to, such as insecurity, acceptance, and personal growth. Here are some quotes from the book. Fat Kid Proverb number 52. Never miss an opportunity to dissect a compliment. Unpretentious? That would be a good thing, right? That would imply that I was something other than just a massive freak. That would imply something positive about my character, something positive in a lacking sense, of course, but positive nonetheless. Unpretentious. A person lacking pretense. That's good, right? I cannot wrap my mind around this new development. Despite all appearances to the contrary, Kurt might actually have reason for wanting me in his band that doesn't relate to food and shelter. I drum my fingers nervously. Fat Kid contemplates quantum physics. If the universe is in fact curved before we thought it was flat, I consider what's just been said. If Kurt's observation is true, then it's possible, though not probable, that people are not always looking at me when I think they're looking at me. Matters begins to bend unpredictably. If people are not always looking at me, then the eye rays that make me bloat to the size of a blue whale whenever I'm in public are perhaps more diluted than I think they are. Time speeds up as the rate of expanding particles increases. Perhaps I am merely a sperm whale after all. The scientific community has been shaken, truly shaken. The first sounds are the drums. They break like thunder, unexpected, and the backbeat is set, manic and wild. I feel the smack of the drumsticks in the pit of my stomach as they snap against the skin. The crowd begins to pulse, the lights come up red as fire, and the stage is hell. I look at it and sweat. The sweat drops down my cheek, onto my mouth. It stings my eyes. I squint upward at the black silhouettes glaring down at me. I stare at them, trying to connect them to my brain, to anyone I know, but I can't. They aren't those people anymore. They aren't even human. Ollie, I think? Piper? The sound is so loud I can't hear myself think. The drums go on forever, torturing us with the prelude. They toy with the crowd before the music's even started. Then the lights go up and Mike leers over us. He doesn't say anything, just starts singing, screaming really. His voice is wailing falsetto, and he feels the sound grate like a challenge. The guitarists take up the call. Piper's on bass and Leon's the lead, and they dip in with a refrain, pushing their lines until Mike's ready to add words. I am a participant. With one gesture I've moved from the world of imagination to the world of funky sweet stench and ear-ringing volume. The guitars screech, the sound shakes the club, and the best part is, no one's looking at me. I'm 6'1", 300 pounds, and no one is looking at me. I'm one of many. In fact, I'm more than that. I'm one of a few. I'm the one who knows the band.